Hi, hello guys, there is Dharanz. Welcome back to my channel once again. Code with Dharanz part 9 video. In this video, we're gonna see JavaScript AJAX calls in MVC. How to interact with the MVC controller functions with the AJAX call, how to handle HTTP request by using AJAX call, and how you perform with the request and response in AJAX calls. So let's get started. First, what does it mean, AJAX call? AJAX is asynchronous JavaScript and XML request response object. With this, we can handle requests, post, put, delete, get requests with a controller in MVC. So the AJAX calls, normally $.AJAX is used to send AJAX calls. We can specify the type. We are gonna see that later. Rather than this, we have $post AJAX call, $get AJAX calls are there. $get instance, these are all AJAX calls which is specifically developed for HTTP specific modules. If you use $.post, you could only handle post request. If you use $.get, only handle get request. But when you use AJAX calls, you have plenty of options in it. So let's get started to see. First, this is a basic syntax for AJAX call. If you want to do AJAX call, this is a basic syntax. It's an object. The first parameter it's going to take is URL. This URL is URL for our requests. Then type that we're gonna specify the type of HTTP request. Get, post, put, delete, these are all HTTP requests we have to specify here. Then data type is how your data has to be returned from the controller, which can be a HTML, which can be a JSON, which can be a string, which can be an integer. You should specify the return type of the data here. Then the data is kind of parameter for our URL function. Then content type is a kind of UTF ASCII contents. You don't need to specify that anymore. If you want to be specific, you could go with that way. Then success is nothing but a callback function runs when the request succeeds and return parameter values as in a function. With the result, you could get a return data. With the return data, we can handle whatever you want inside the function. Then error is nothing but when the response fails, it will approach the error function, so it could handle error in this function. So JavaScript is normally asynchronous flow. If you want to be synchronized, you should specify async as a property that has to be set as false when you want to change that manually. That default value is true. Next, we have another function too, that's done. AJAX call is normally asynchronous, as we know. So when you use done function, after AJAX call completed, certain data has to be performed, certain operations has to be performed. So when you want to go with that approach, you could do your code inside the done function. So let's go and see how to implement this AJAX call and handle MVC controller. Here's our project that we have created before. If you haven't seen how to create a project, I'll give you a card on the top. Go and check it out. Then we have to move to the controller first. I have already created a controller, test controller. Here I want to implement some a function. So the function has to be a post method. So we should specify the method in a data annotation on top of the function. HTTP post. The return type has to be in a JSON result. I'm setting this as get data. I'm gonna send some parameters in it, so you could clarify how the parameter works. Then here I'm gonna declare a value, string if the value is a, I'm gonna return it's an vowel. If not, it's not tenable. So here we go. We're gonna return a JSON type return. The function's return type is JSON result, so we should return JSON object. Return. For this time I'm gonna return a JSON object from this function. So to implement it, we should go with, there is an object which takes a result first. Okay, so record gonna take our return data. Now we should specify JSON request behavior and allow get request behavior. Allow get. In some kind of cases, browser doesn't allow your function to return JSON objects. So in the situations, we should specify JSON request behavior allow get. It doesn't need any permissions to return your data. So we just return JSON object. Now let's go to the view and implement AJAX call. So right click on action index, go to view to navigate the corresponding view of this controller. I'm just specifying this h2 tag as high, script tag type. I am not gonna create a new JS file to implement this because this is a short time video. I want to make that really quick. So this is a normal function, AJAX call, so we no need to put a JSON file and calling the JSON file here. If you wanna know that, I have already specified where to learn JavaScript. If you're not seeing the video, I'll give you a card on the top. Go and find it. Text JavaScript. So here I want to do some operations when the document loads. So initially I'm gonna hide this h2 tag. Then I'm gonna implement a AJAX call. So AJAX, it's an array of object. First parameter is the URL. To approach a controller, we could use URL.action is a razor view. What does it mean by razor view? We're gonna see that in the next few videos. So URL action. First, the URL action method gonna take the parameter of the method name, get data. Next, we're gonna specify action, then the object. Object is nothing but yeah, we're gonna use this HTML helper. Action, first is action name, another one is a controller name. So I'm gonna specify controller name, that's test. You don't need to specify the controller suffix on it. Then URL, next type we're gonna specify as a post. Then data type should be JSON, because we have specified the data type of the function as JSON. Then data value, the parameter of the function is value. It should be same as what I have given in a controller. Values I gonna give us a success takes a function. In a success I gonna give some lat messages. First, result. Here result is an object. In a result we should specify our data. So record is a key of our parameter value. our return type variable value, sorry. So we're gonna specify that record, then it takes error. Whenever you develop an application, create with the error handling functionality, which really helps you, because as a developers we can't predict where you're gonna get the error. So always you should implement error handling functionality. We're gonna cover that after some of videos. So I'm gonna give a lot of error. We need a whole object, no problem. So after that I want to implement a done function too. Done function takes data. In the data, after the AJAX call completes, I'm gonna show this h2 is what's gonna happen. Now let's run the program. It will work it now. See, now our application ran successfully. Now I am showing a message. It's in bubble. I have given a value a as a parameter. When the parameter is a, I am just saying the a, it's a bubble, it's not a bubble. Actually it's a bubble that is in its hand bubble. Spelling mistake, sorry. Okay, no problem. After I click OK, the AJAX call is gonna complete. We're gonna see the hi message. Initially I hidden that, now I have shown that. Now we have written a group of objects as a JSON result from a controller to view. Now let's see what do we have to do when we return a single string or a single integer. Let's stop this application. Now let me clear this first. This isn't good. Okay, now we go to return a single variable value. We no need to specify this object, just return the single object alone. That's all. In a controller, in a view, this isn't a JSON format return type, just as a normal integer or string. It can be decimal. Whatever data type is, just specify HTML. It will use util whenever you're specified this result into another div. If you want to append this into an HTML controller, control DOM elements, it will really helps you. So define as HTML. Here we have a result alone, not an object. So this time I'm gonna give as B. Now the expected result is it's not a bubble. So let's run this application. Now application ran successfully. It's just showing it's not a bubble. Let me refresh the page again. You could see, well, when I refresh the page, the message has been hidden. Now our message is it's not a bubble because we have specified the value as C, that isn't A, so that we are having this message out here. I didn't send any JSON format object data returned from the application. So when I click OK, the function has been completed and gives a hi message here. So that's all about, guys, for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe and press a bell icon to get my latest updates. I'll meet you in the next fantastic part-time video. Until then, bye bye, take care. Thank you.